Good afternoon, folks. This is Robert Chappell, Executive Editor of Madison365 with your daily update for Thursday, October 7th. The update today brought to you by the UW-Madison Division of the Arts. The UW-Madison Division of the Arts believes that arts are for everyone, everywhere. Their online arts hub is a great resource for finding arts events and opportunities. Discover how to be part of the campus arts community by visiting go.wisc.edu/arts events. Once again, that is go.wisc.edu/arts events. The numbers today, let's talk through some COVID numbers real quick, and then we'll have some local news for you. The really important numbers, right, the deaths and hospitalizations, are doing okay. We have 17 deaths yesterday, which is a lot. Our 7-day average, however, remains at 13, which is, not great, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be by now. I honestly thought it would be over 20 by now. So that's, we'll take it. We'll take that as decent news. Hospitalizations now at 1,117. That's down 2 from yesterday. So for the past, I don't know, almost 3 weeks now, we've been hovering right around 1,100 hospitalized. And then over this past weekend, it took a big jump up. It's like 65 more over the weekend. And since the beginning of the week, it's been drifting downward. Okay, I was kind of really worried. I was worried that that would continue to go up, and it didn't. It has come back down. 304 currently in ICU. Okay, so the other numbers that are not good news, however, 2,770 new cases today, which puts our 7-day average at 2,651, which is more than 100 more than yesterday. It was 2,500 yesterday. So that's not great. The final number that's kind of the most important number in all this is that the percentage of tests that have returned positive results in the past 7 days, 8.7. For a long time, that was, so let me put my little, fix my phone there. 8.7%. For a long time, it was right around 8%. Now it's been hovering around 8.5 for the past week. It'll probably continue to go up for a little bit of time. What that tells us is we have a lot of cases and we're not testing enough, right? Which means we don't have a good grip on the disease or the spread of it. It's not as critical as it was. We're finally, for a while there, we were kind of ahead of where we were last year in terms of numbers being bad. Right now, we're actually better than we were last year. We sort of leveled off at a little over 8% on this measure. Around this time last year, we were up around almost to 10% last year. So not much better than last year, but we are better than last year. We'll take it. 54.1% of us have been vaccinated. That's literally 0.1% better than 4 days ago. So that's not enough. We're not getting enough vaccine done. We are currently at about 4,000 doses per day. Okay, just over 5,000 doses per day at this point. But that's not nearly enough. Not nearly enough at all. So we're slowly but surely getting more people vaccinated. It sounds like Pfizer and BioNTech have asked, have formally applied for emergency use authorization of their vaccine for kids 5 to 12, 5 to 11. That authorization could come as early as the next couple of weeks. So I would anticipate a big surge in vaccination once that happens. I think there's a lot of folks who went out and got vaccinated right away. And then everybody who really wanted to get vaccinated got vaccinated right away. So we got a big jump, and then it kind of leveled off and slowed down. I think a lot of us who got vaccinated right away early are going to take our kids to get vaccinated right away early. And there'll be some who kind of want to wait and see for whatever reason, but I think once the authorization comes, I think there will be a big surge in vaccinations that we might get to that 70% in relatively short order. One hopes. Okay, so that is the COVID news. We're going to jump right into, we're not even going to bother with a break today, but we're going to jump into some really good news. If you listen to the Black Oxygen podcast, congratulations. You should, if you're not listening to the Black Oxygen podcast every Monday, you should. It's very good. And it is the winner of a Wisconsin Innovation Award. These awards were given out Tuesday night. This is in categories from manufacturing, software, IT, biotech. And one of the categories is nonprofit, innovation in nonprofit. And because we are a nonprofit newsroom, our podcast, Black Oxygen, hosted by Angela Russell, is the innovation that was honored with that award. We're tremendously proud. We're very happy to have Angela Russell, and her podcast is part of the Madison365 family. It's her podcast. I want to be real clear with this. She brought this idea to us. We gave her a space to do it. We amplify it. We publish it. We produce it. The same guy who produces our It's Only 10 Minutes podcast produces Black Oxygen. And so it's part of the Madison365 family, but it's really the driving force behind it is Angela Russell, and we're very pleased and proud to have her part of the family. And we're very thrilled at this honor. So give it a listen wherever you get podcasts. You can go to Madison. I'm going to put you the address in here. We have all the episodes on our website at that page there, madison365.org/Black Oxygen. But wherever you get podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartMedia, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, whatever you use for your podcast, just look for Black Oxygen, follow, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Really, really important, good conversations every Monday. In the news today, back in 2019, Warner Park Football Club, Warner Park Football, Youth Football, which is now Eastside Youth Athletics, lost a bunch of equipment in a fire in their shed at Warner Park. The fire destroyed the roof of the shed, and then rain got in, and it just wrecked everything. So they've been kind of trying to get by since then. And this past month, a couple of weeks ago, UW head coach Paul Christ and UW athletic director Chris McIntosh showed up at their practice with all new stuff. Jerseys, helmets, the whole bit. The UW athletic department was able to leverage some of their partnerships and their sponsors. You know, big universities have these sponsorship deals with these companies that make this stuff, Riddell, Under Armour, etc. And they were able to get stuff for the kids. And they showed up at practice. So how cool is that to be like a sixth grade football player and you're talking to the Badger head coach for a few minutes. Very, very cool story there by our own Pierce Doyle has that story. And finally today, something you can look forward to tonight if you're up for it. In about a little over an hour, I will be hosting a discussion of this book. It's an incredible story of Bobby Love and his wife Cheryl. This is part of the Wisconsin Book Festival. And it's a story of, I mean, obviously it's a story of redemption because it says right in the title. But Bobby Love escaped from prison in 1977 and created a whole new life for himself for 40 years until the law caught up with him in 2015. And this story is about his wife learning his past and learning who he really was, and their origin stories, and how he ended up in prison in the first place, how he ended up getting out, how he ended up paying his debts at the end, and where they are now. It's a remarkable story. And I can't wait to talk to them. I'm very excited to chat with them this evening at 7 p.m. It's part of the Wisconsin Book Festival. Just go to wisconsinbookfestival.org. It's all free. It's all online. There's links there to find it. And if you want to listen to that, I would appreciate it very much. All right, that is all I have for you today. It is a rainy evening down here in the Madison area, but I think you can still enjoy yourself. We will be back tomorrow. We'll have the It's Only 10 Minutes podcast in the morning. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with updated COVID information as well as more news for you. Until then, take care. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you soon.
This is 365 Media.